Hello, this is TipTop Gaming here today with another Magic the Gathering news video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about mystery boosters and everything we know about them. So when these products were revealed, I didn't do a whole lot about them because they basically just said, there's a product called mystery boosters. That's it. And they revealed this piece of art that you can see right here, but there's a lot more now that they've been released. So, Cube Draft, Chaos Draft, Wacky Draft, Cards I Think Are Awesome Draft. We've all played weird and fun draft formats now and then. They can be wild, they can be serious, and often they are, above all, an absolute blast to play. Drafts where anything can happen are some of the best play experiences Magic has to offer. Enter Mystery Booster. So, here they have two examples. They have this, like, Convention Edition, and then a Normal Edition, which honestly, I think the nice centered text on this works a lot better than this ugly, like, format of it. Like, I feel like this just makes it look off-centered and, ugh. Mystery Booster is a booster pack released inspired by those Chaos, Cube, and off-format drafts. It is, in every effect, a Chaos draft in a pack with some twist. You might have seen people celebrating this weird and wonderful draft format over the weekend at Magic Fest Richmond. It's pretty wild. I'm sure you have questions, so let's get some answers. And then they say, hey, there was Magic Fest Richmond. The set itself contains a whopping 1,694 reprints. To put that into perspective, the average standard set has about 300 cards after, like, Planeswalker decks and stuff. So, that's a ton. Plus, 121 copies of something new and surprising. You could fill an entire 8-person draft and not see the same card twice. To add the, mystery, there are two versions of Mystery Booster. A convention edition that will be available at Magic Fest, and conventions moving forward, including PAX Unplugged in Philadelphia, and a WPN version which will be available starting March 13th, 2020. So this will be a 2020 product. I actually predicted that this would be a surprise kind of end of 2019 product to boost sales, kind of like the Master set was last year. Each convention-exclusive mystery booster packs will contain 15 cards, 14 from the gigantically awesome main set, and 1 from that something new and surprising group. We're calling those cards R&D playtest cards. We are leaving these somewhat mysterious for those who wish to have that experience, but if you want to know what they are, you can hop over to the release notes. We have a full list of card names and the artist behind them right here if you prefer to hold on to some of the surprise. The WPN version will also include 15 cards. 14 will be from the main set, and one of 121 possible foil cards. The foil cards are not found in the main set. Yes, above and beyond, there are more than, it's not just the 1,600 cards, making the draft experience even more repeatable. Plus, someone told me the foil sheet has some pretty exciting stuff on it, but shh, you didn't hear it from me. So they'll release the list of possible foils when we get closer to the March 13th release. So, basically, there's 1,694 cards that can show up in the first 14 slots. Then there is 121 cards that will always show up in foil, and they will be in that last spot, and those will be the money cards. However, we've already seen a couple money cards in the 1,694. I'm going to go over, actually, not all 1,694, but some of the highlights. And so I expect these cards to be, like, super chased after things. I don't expect it to be anything like reserved list, but I expect it to be high-value cards. And the fact that they're all in foil is good because, first off, well, foil cards are cool, and second off, that drives down the price for people who want to bling out something like Commander, which, when we look at the card list, you'll see a lot of these things are actually kind of aimed towards Commander. Here's some of the magic that makes Mystery Booster so unique. Each of the 14 booster slots from the main set of 1,600 cards has its own sheet of 121 possible cards. That means you could do an entire draft and not see the same card twice. So it's not like there's 1,600 cards on a sheet, they cut that up and randomly throw them into packs. No, slot 1 of the booster pack is going to be one of 121 cards. Slot 2 will be one of 121 cards. Slot 3 will be one of 121 cards. So that's how they're doing it instead of just being like, here's common, here's uncommon, shuffle, here you go. Gavin Berry will have an article later this week with information on each of the 14 slots and which cards from the massive list below are found in which slot of the main set, so look for that. So one of the advantages to doing it like that is you could also have, like, the 8th slot is something like in the old frame, because there are things in the old frames. Cards and mystery boosters will have the original set symbol and numbering of their one printing. The only difference is a little Planeswalker symbol in the lower left corner, so it'll also have the same frame. So, like, if they were to reprint, like, Black Lotus, that would have the, like, Black Lotus frame, or, like, the brown frame around it. Mystery Boosters is not it's like nothing we've done before, and we hope the play experience is fun, exciting, and yeah, a little bit mysterious. For more on this mysterious set, Gavin Verhey will have an article coming out later this week to give a peek behind the scenes at its creation and more details on the makeup of the project. Check out Magic Fest to see if Mystery Boost is coming to a convention near you. So here are all the cards. Now there are 17 pages of these, so we're actually on page 17. So what I did is I actually went and threw it into deckbox.org. So that way I could order it by all sorts of things. So this is ordering it by price. So the most expensive card in the entire set that we've had revealed, and so obviously this doesn't include all the foils, is Mana Crypt, which is pretty cool. It's worth $211. Now, expect these prices to sink now that this has been revealed, and like especially once it's been released. Then we have like Bloom Tender, which is pretty good. Now, a lot of these feel like commander cards, like Expropriate's a commander card, Teferi's Protection's a commander card. I mean, a lot of this is commander stuff. So, Demonic Tutor, that's being reprinted. When was the last time that was printed? That was last printed in, well, I guess a bunch of dual Ultimate Masters, technically. So, another thing to note is that it could be any of the Demonic Tutor like style. So it could be the original, it could have the original set symbol on it, or it could be the one from Ultimate Masters. We don't know until that actually gets revealed. Now, you'll notice there's legendary creatures from like Theros, there's good artifacts, there's even planeswalkers, which you can see right here with Teferi Temporal Archmage, which is pretty cool. Now, because it has all this value, this set is not going to be your average $4 set. And I actually was writing a script about Magic in 2020, and I was like, well, maybe there'll be like a Modern Horizon-esque set. Well, I think there's a Modern Horizon-esque set. And so, I believe they do it, tell you the release date up here. Right? Yes, I said that. So March 13th, 2020. So that's when that will be released. And it looks like it'll be a WPN only thing. So that means you won't be able to find it at Target and I don't think they'll be selling it on like Amazon. So that's pretty interesting. So yeah, there's some pretty cool cards in here. So I'm going to leave a link to this down in the description so you can actually check out the you can check out this list in the description down below. It has a bunch of cool stuff in it. Here, let me shrink this down, I'm sorry. Boop. There we go. So this has a bunch of cool stuff in it. You can sort it by a whole bunch of things. So for like, if we were to search and filter, we can do this by like, what is in standard? So here's all the standard cards that are in here. There's 5 pages of standard cards, which those are probably not the good cards, but like, it's very interesting to see in here. I also don't know if like commons are still being respected, like this will be a common spot or like so on and so forth. So it'll be very interesting to see. Alrighty guys, so that's kind of it. Now I'm gonna go through a couple of these. There's these release notes, and it's basically saying that, hey, mystery boosters don't change anything with like formats and what things are legal in, and like the mystery booster contains a bunch of new cards. So, blah, 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 blah. There's just basically, and then there's all these, what they're calling, they were like these developer test cards, which are kind of interesting to see. And so you can see like some of the design for that and like what they do and all the rules about them right here. So that's interesting to see as well. So overall, mystery boosters are an interesting product. I mean, generally, like, I like products that are fun and like that are different than normal standard products because they can sometimes get a little old. However, if you're someone who, like me, who mostly plays Arena, stuff like this can be kind of lame because this obviously won't make its way to Arena. Now, the pre-release for Modern Horizons was actually June 8th through the 9th. So yeah, that's what I was... So, June 8th through the 9th, whereas this is being taken place a little bit earlier here in April. So that's actually very different in terms of that. And we'll have to talk about... I believe they said April, right? Oh my god. March, sorry. So that gives us something to look forward to in March. I'll have to go update that script. Woo! But yeah, that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. If you guys are hyped, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!